Good evening and welcome to Pembroke Cricket Club. It's Tuesday evening and tonight that means the women's seconds are entertaining, hosting, playing at home against the Balbriggan Blues. Balbriggan really one of the up-and-coming clubs. Well, I say up-and-coming. I played there years and years ago, but they certainly are top of the pile at the moment. Current Leinster champions. Are they all Ireland champions? I thought we knocked out the holders. Anyway, very good club. Facilities have come on a lot there. I really must take a trip out to Balbriggan. I've been out there for a number of years now. Too many. Their teams have certainly bypassed me on the starring list of Cricket Leinster. Graham Mooney is slowly making his way out to the middle now. He's one of the umpires. The other one is, well, he's in the middle with the Balbriggan bats, waiting for the Pembroke players. We'll quickly take you through the Pembroke side tonight. He says, hoping his arms are long enough because he's got the wrong glasses on. We're going with Christian names at the moment. Let's see if I can add the surnames. Oh, you can put up a team, can't we? The identikit team, isn't it? How do we go about getting pictures for that? There's the Balbriggan team. Well, and a strong team it is too. Number of names that I certainly, for one, recognise from the Super Series, the Evoke Super Series, the step up from club cricket and the step below international. Talking of which, Australia would have been pleased with the win they had today in Club Taff. There is the Pembroke side. As you see, they all go to the same hairdresser. And it will be Kim Lee McDonald to open from the SMC end. She just has to wait for her sister to come out. And Lynn keeping wicket tonight. The McDonald. She appears to have one strap undone there. Perhaps the person at slip might help her out. Okay, I'm going to send Graham a text anyway. The unusual thing about this game is tomorrow night the women's seconds have another game in Balbriggan. Well, that one's hit out on the offside and they're off to a good start. Moritz sisters. That one slides down the leg side. Well taken by the keeper. A little bit crocodile-ish. Try and keep those hands pointed down. Good ball. Well kept out. Calls through for the single. It's a good call. Mid-on was far enough back that the single was easily taken. Her partner, her sister, wasn't too sure to start with, but then they both went for it thereafter. Another run on the board. Captain Anna Bill just making a few little changes in the field. Nicely played away on the leg side. Another single handily taken. We will, of course, try and keep you updated with the Leinster semi-finals that are on tonight. The Cricket Leinster semi-finals. Railway are at home in one of them. I think they have the Hills. Wow, this one was a little bit too short, and on this occasion, well, Moritz has just picked it up and deposited it over cow corner. And that really spoils that over. 7 from it then. Balbriggan will be delighted. Graham Mooney takes up position at the St John's end. And Captain Annabelle takes the ball. She just shows the fielder where she wants somebody. Well, Leinster are out in the Hills, and they're 46 for 3 in their first final, as Annabelle, bowling from the St John's end, opens up her bowling account. And across in Park Avenue, well, Clontarf are 52 for 2 off 7.4. We'll keep you up to date with those, obviously, during the game. That one comes back a long way, and it's bowled up. It's taken off stump. You could see that one came back off the seam, and that's a beautiful delivery from Annabelle. And the first wicket goes down, and it's Tess Moritz. She goes for 2. Well, yeah. That's his coffee. Well, it's a pleasant enough evening in Pembroke tonight, considering the weather we've had over the last fortnight. Mind you, one has to say our men's first team have benefited greatly. They've managed to get 2 wins in amongst that weather, where nobody else got to play at all. The gap at the top of the championship now is quite considerable. Annabelle starts. Oh, that's a very good ball. It goes for the bye. But not the sort of ball you want to see on your first one. Jamie Lee Strang is the new bat. She finds herself now facing her first delivery. Chases that one outside the off stump. Such a distinctive accent that Annabelle has. You could see her in silhouette and still know who was bowling. It's all very side on. It's a lovely action. And a Fine over that was, just the one leg by from it, but a wicket maiden for Annabelle. Good start for Pembroke, and once again, Annabelle leading from the front, there's no doubt about that. Kimberly McDonald now to continue at the SMC end. We're expecting a delivery of brand new signs any day now. Trying to cut her hand across that ball. Looking for the off cutter. It may be of benefit to her if you try to keep her wrist behind the ball. Moritz on strike. Kimberly McDonald comes in. And that one's on the full, and look how quickly Moritz is down on one knee, round the corner, and hits that one a long way for four. Johnny Bell with a sharp piece of fielding round the corner. 4 more onto the total. Can't really afford to have that. Full toss on leg. Moritz was so quick onto it. The right shot at the right time. This one played out. Again, single taken. Balbriggan very good at their running between the wickets. They're taking every opportunity they can to add to their total. Welcome to the 6 of you who have tuned in this evening for this intriguing clash between Pembroke and Balbriggan. Oh! Has to go down as a chance. Just passed back to the bowler. Took her by surprise. That wasn't a huge amount on it. I'd have expected you to take it now.
You to take it.
Our Mutual Appreciation Society is well underway tonight. This one a bit short, and as a result, it gets pulled again out to Cow. Moritz isn't going to miss out on those. That'll take her on to 16 off just 9 deliveries. Another one goes out on the offside. It's well fielded in the covers. Well, 3 overs are gone now. The score has gone on to 24. 23 of those have come from the 2 overs of Kimberly McDonald. And she'll be looking to improve on that And she comes back later on in the innings. I suspect 2 over spells tonight. I suspect this will be the last we'll see of Anna Beale. So make the most of these 6 deliveries. Crowd doubles as Eamon Fitzpatrick comes onto the ground. As always. There is, yes. A few that have managed to make it back from Clontarf. And Anna Beale, well, she's put somebody out to Cal. She's seen a couple of balls hit off her bowling partner to that area of the ground. Oh, this one gets through the keeper. No, no. Not on this occasion. Nicely played out in the offside. They'll take the single to the ring. That's a nice piece of fielding. Well, the throw back to the bowler. Could be improved on. Nicely hit on the offside, but this time with too much force, it reaches the fielder very quickly. No chance of a single then. Isn't that one of the ironies of cricket? Sometimes the easier the hit, softer the hit, the easier the run. This time she comes down the track and just clips it out into the leg side. Varna H doing the fielding out at Cow Corner. That's the end of the 4th over. Just the 3 runs coming off it. But again, Balbriggan will be very happy with the way this opening spell has gone. Just 2 overs left in the power play now. And in fact, shows what a rotten tactician I am, or at least how myself and Anna Beale differ. Kim Lee now coming in for her 3rd over. I'd like to have seen her keep 2 for the end. I don't know. We do. The trouble is we commentate and film so many different sets of regulations. It's impossible to keep up with them. That's a better ball. It is played out. Long off coming in to do the fielding. Georgia Beasy down there. Nice clean fielding.
I'll see what I can do. If I can get 3, I will, but like there's one that's off.
This one outside off, and it's played away a bit squarer this time. Captain herself doing the fielding, coming in from the boundary. The yellow flowers in the St John's wort becoming particularly prominent now, that time of season. This one is played out to the covers, and a fine bit of fielding. Well, we've seen it for many years, well, a few years anyway. Nikki Bell always willing to put a body behind the ball, and often has the bruises to show for it. Again, played out to Nikki Bell, and again, the body does the fielding, so her hands don't have to. Oh, that's a super piece of fielding. It's great to see the commitment. Of course, daughter Zoe currently off with the under-15s in the UK, playing Kent today. And again, Nikki goes down on that one, but she can't get enough on it. She can't prevent it going for the 4. She throws her head back to heaven. Just do me a favour and go onto your camera a second there, would you? Okay. Nice boundary through the offside. Well, Moritz has decided not to hang around here. She's on 25 off just 17 balls. That's the end of the 5th over. And on that basis, I'm guessing that Anna Beale will keep herself on at the Ed Sports end. As usual, year in, year out, I ask the question. What should the 2 ends of the grounds be called? Nicely played out, but mid-on. Young Robinson. This time it's punched wide enough of Robinson to bring Ivana into play, and she does a neat job of fielding and returning the ball to the bowler. But they couldn't prevent the single being taken. Well, that's played nicely up to long off. They're calling for 2. They decide on 1. Last over of the power play. I don't know what difference it makes. It's already 4 out. 4 out on the boundary. Is there? I wouldn't have thought so. Nice sweep. Could easily have taken a top edge through to the keeper. Dot ball on this occasion.
That's smack top. Great. Good shot, Greg.
Good over for Pembroke, good over for Anna Beale. Full toss on this occasion, that's played down to long on. one assumes from our camera work that again will remain a single. Score after 6 overs, 37 for 1. Well, Pembroke would have been hoping to take a couple of wickets in the power play. And now we do see the change of bowling. Well, that's what you call using live scoring. I can tell you that this is Lucy Robinson from the SMC end with leg spin, and the first ball is hit out to the boundary. Emma Mullin doing the fielding there. Fine throw. Moritz again, pulling out to the boundary, finds the other fielder out there, Laney Martin. Another one with a fine throw. 2 singles is a good start for the leg spinner. Score's moved on to 39 for 1 now. This one's on the full and it's hit out, but unfortunately it gets past the fielder. And they take on the 3 Balbriggan, and they do very well, but still fine piece of fielding. That's a better delivery right up at the batsman's toes, but Jamie Lee Strang, well, she's powered that out down towards the Wheelfield Road gate. It reaches the boundary, and it keeps on going. 4 more onto the total. Well, this one's on the full again. It's pulled out square. There are a couple of fielders out there. One chasing after it. One coming round to collect it. And that keeps it to the single. And that's not a bad over. A couple of occasions the ball was hit in the air, but these 2 bats are very good. And they have their eye in now. 48 for 1. These 2 have put on 40 now since that wicket fell in the second over as Anna Beale took out the off stump of Tess Moritz. And indeed, it's a double dose of Robinson now. Jess Robinson now. She's coming on at the Ed Sports end. Oh, it beats the diving Bell. Stopped before the rope, though. Just a single. Well, that was on the full, and it's pulled out towards Cow, down towards the Cyril's way. They take 2. Oh, could have been close. Just bounced away. Hell of a bounce on that. Too much spin on the ball. Nearly there. But you get the feeling that's Pembroke's best chance at the moment. Field well spread on the leg side. And on the offside, that's a super shot. Cut away. Flew past the outstretched hand of Eamon Mullin at point and has run away under the covers and come out the far side. Well, that's a nice shot. Just can't really afford to bowl. Short and wide to these 2 Balbriggan bats. This one, she gets to move, takes the inside edge, squirts away just behind square leg. Georgia Beattie, again, doing a neat job of fielding down there. Very well bowled up in the block hole. Many thanks to all of you who have liked and subscribed this channel, Pembroke Live. That one goes through to the keeper and over is called. Yes, our subscriptions now. No, look. Yeah, last time you looked.
1,000 would be a nice figure to hit for various reasons.
No, you're in. Yeah, you're in, you're both in, you're both in. It's going to be the same now. No!
695. Well, let's see if we can't get that up to 700. Or up to 1,000 would be ideal, but let's start with 700. Can't do that tonight, I don't think. But out of the 11 of you who are currently watching, if even 5 of you were to... Oh, it's in the air. Is this a chance? Eamon Mullin's looking at it, and it's gone all the way. Well, that's the first maximum of the evening, and a fine one it was too. It had Eamon Mullin interested for a while. Well, I think it had all of us interested for a moment. But you can see the willingness of the Balbriggan bats here to take on the Pembroke leg spinner. She can't afford to err at all. This one's lifted away in the offside. Well, another day, that goes straight to a fielder, but not tonight. Well, that's nicely fetched away, but a beautiful piece of fielding on the boundary. Laney Martin, one-handed, plucking that one. Well, they really are going after Lucy Robinson at the moment. But that one on the full, helped on its way. That was a neat piece of fielding, Johnny. The one-handed. Yep. Well, that's much better for Robinson. And this time they just take a single.
Well, Lucy. Go, Brock, go.
You'd swear he was bowling.
I nearly got you out with a stick. Well, that's a super placement. Just went quite straight there. Another single taken. Well, I say a single. 2. That's what's gone on the scoreboard. Lucy Robinson now with figures of 0 for 28 off her 2 overs. Well, she may be quite expensive on true economy figures, but Lucy Robinson, well, she's getting them to hit the ball in the air anyway.
Like 3 of them that were a yard away from themselves, maybe?
Yep. Well, that one beats the keeper. Umpire's got his hand out there to signal the bye. I think I heard an appeal then. Definitely came off the middle of the bat.
Definitely was bat first, yes.
Lucy Robinson doing all she can now to get on screen. And that's a nice shot, just clipped away on the leg side. Kim Lee fields well. Balbriggan rapidly closing in on 8 and over. 9.5 overs gone as we come to the halfway mark in this. Well, one feels that Laura Moritz may be looking for the single that will bring her up a half century. Anywhere. I only accept Times New Roman and Cook. You could say that out loud, you know. Nicely played away, but no single there, and still that half century. Each dot ball now bringing its own pressure. Scored 2/3 of the runs now for Balbriggan. And that's what she wanted. Just plays it out on the leg side, takes a single, takes the applause from the sidelines as she raises her bat to her crowd. And she gets to a half century with 10 overs gone. Well, you don't have to be a tremendously good mathematician to realise that she could go on and get 100 to the 100 in the next 10 overs. We saw on, was it Monday night we had a game here?
Yeah, we're in.
Christina Coulter-Riley scored a century on that occasion. And since then, she's appeared, I wouldn't say all over Twitter, but on Twitter, having scored 82 for the future stars. bit too short and a bit too wide. Oh, just pulled up inside the rope. Kimberly McDonald making it very tricky for herself there. But she gets away with it. And just a single on. And that would have been cruel on Ivana Hoey. That's just clubbed down to long on. The fielder pulls it up. 2 more onto the total. And that total, it's going to be an impressive one by the end of this 20 overs. If you are coming down tonight, I think hoodie will suffice. Much better delivery. Treated with a lot more respect by Moritz. She's reached her half century. Should be looking to power on from here. Anything on the leg side, she gets down, sweeps, pulls across, and this occasion goes for 4. Moritz has shown how good she is down the leg side. I'd hazard a guess. Well, she's played hockey before. I don't know. But she's so quick onto those on the leg side. Down on one knee. Ball from her, he forces Moritz onto the back foot this time, but she punches it out to the covers boundary, takes the single, retains the strike. Good over from Hoey. Laney Martin coming on, 4th change from the Ed Sports end. This is where you reckon it all changes then, Niall? It's not on that camera, don't worry. It's on the one on the sight screen. Only when you're over by the microphones. Lucy Robinson fielding just in front of us here at long on. Oh, that's very straight, isn't it? Long off, basically behind the bowler's arm. But on this occasion, well, that one was too short from Martin, and it's been lifted to the fence in 1. And Moritz really is determined now to go big on these Pembroke bowlers. Well, that was a super shot. A super result for Balbriggan. They move on to 92 now in this, the 12th over. Big again. Another one into the fence, another 6. Laney Martin just needs to adjust her length and her line. How will Laney Martin deal with this? 2 6s off her first 2 balls. She comes in again, short again, and this one is powered out again. This is 3 in a row. Oh, Laura Moritz, she is racing along. She's 76 off 40. The scorers haven't quite acknowledged Graham's raised cup of coffee at the moment. They do finally, as the ball comes back. So you see down in the bottom right-hand corner, 6, 6, 6. How much further can Moritz take this? 18 off the over already. Well, that breaks the run of sixes. I think it's coming back to her slowly. She did a leaving cert this year, didn't she? I think she did a leaving cert this year. Short again. She's on it again. She's lifted it out of the ground again. Another 6, and that's her 4th 6 in this over. This is fabulous batting for Moritz. Well, aren't Balbriggan blessed to have somebody with such an eye? And another dot. Well, 4 6s in that over. Chastening for the bowler. Delight for the bats. Balbriggan, of course, undefeated in this league. And they lead it by a good margin. Pembroke before today, well, 2 and 2 would be their record, mid-table, in 4th place. But Balbriggan are at the top, and they are setting fire to everybody they come up against. Fine, fine team. They will challenge in the Premier League next year. That's a lovely shot, just straight back down the ground. It will be stopped by the fielder, but it was just done without too much attempted power and just timed down the ground. Lovely shot. Sometimes you get those ones just come off the bat so nicely. That wasn't one of them, but you know what I mean. Much better ball from Hoey, but Moritz sees how much room there is on the leg side, just plays it in there, brings herself onto 83. The score onto 112. Well, that score, it raced past 100. They took 24 off the last over. And now it's Strang deciding she's now got license to hit out. She's been very much the junior partner in this partnership, but why wouldn't you just let Lara Moritz take all the strikes she wants? Oh, plays at one outside the off stick. It just misses the edge of the bat. Goes through for a bite. Oh, this one's carved away off the edge. Captain Anna Beale down to her knees to make sure she stopped that one. First real false shot we've seen in a while. That one coming off the edge of the bat. And this is a fine over from Hoey. Just the 4 runs have come from it so far. Nicely clipped away on the leg side. That is a lovely shot, but Lainey Martin is there fielding. She'll keep it to another single. And that's a fine over. Just the 5 runs being added to the total. Well, at the end of the 11th over, the score was 86. It's now 115. It just shows you how destructive that last over was. Captain Anna Beale now bringing herself back on. Well, back onto her stumps, turns round, plays it out to square leg, picks up the single.
You give no eyes. Giving it up.
Nicely played out. Nikki Bell again demonstrating. Body first. It's not on tape, it didn't happen. Again going onto the back foot, playing it out in the offside and taking the single. Well, it looks like Balbriggan are going to put up a very good total here for the Pembroke are going to have to chase down. Hit straight back over the bowler. Robinson's there. It'll just be a single. Oh, should she let that go? Was anyone backing up? Exactly. Well, slight delay. Wicketkeeper redressing. Never the easiest to be carrying around that much gear. Hockey goalkeepers, they're the ones who have the most. Oh, it's like build yourself a Michelin Man kit.
Still not quite a bad price.
Well, I don't blame those guys.
Oh, we have one out of the net.
Look, it hit the post. Once it hits the post, you don't know what's going to happen. Just get a cable tie and just do it up. Yeah, cable tie there. The Nikki Bell School of Fielding. Another demonstration. I hope her daughter is watching tonight. Nicely clipped away on the leg side. there's a fielder there. It'll just be another single, but these singles are adding up. And already in this, the 15th over, Pembroke know they're going to have to score at more than a run a ball. It might even be many more than that. We'll wait and see. Well, this has been somewhat chastening for Pembroke. Just the one wicket taken so far. Oh, this one. Strang plays it round the corner. And that runs well away for four. Four more onto the total. That's unfortunate for Howie's figures. Fielder was there, just couldn't quite stop it. Strang moves on to 31. And Lara Moritz, she's now on 87. And she hasn't even faced 10 overs yet. The Devil's number was when she hit 3 sixes. Nicely played, just didn't try and overhit it, recognised it was a good ball. Just played it down. Oh, there's no two there. Not to that arm, not to that throw. Well, that is the end of the 15th over. Balbriggan are putting up an imposing total here. Georgia Beattie now coming on at the Ed Sports end. Nice delivery. Just punched out on the offside, but it starts with the dot ball. Nicely cut away. There is a fielder there, but they won't be able to stop the single, even with the direct hit. Well, plenty of bowlers for Anna Bill to pick from tonight. Floated down, taken on the full, pulled out on the leg side. Fana Hoey, fine fielding again. Keeps it to a single. Well, who did we watch the other night? It's been a tough week for Pembroke bowlers. Clontarf put up a big score on Monday night, and now Balbriggan doing the same. Did you? Yeah, I heard an edge. Oh God, no! But it's as I say, the second false shot of the night. There haven't been too many. Balbriggan bats have played superbly well, and that's reflected in their scores. This one's hit lofted down the ground. Two fielders there for it. For this, one of the best overs we've seen in this inning so far. This one just played out on the leg side, happy to take the single. And what a super over that is. Georgia Beattie, just 4 runs coming from it. And when you see that the score is 131 for 1, and these two, well, they're putting up all sorts of records and partnerships. Well, can we guess? No, the Manhattan's the one you want today. I love the worm. It's my favourite thing. But today, everything else distorted by that 1 over of 24. There's been 3 overs over 15. Oh, that's beautifully played. Sees where the gap is, takes the single, even at this stage. Just 4 overs remaining in this. And one wonders just how big and how far Balbriggan can go. Well, it is a pleasant evening. There is plenty of cloud cover, but one part of the sky very definitely brighter than the rest. One suspects there is some sun around, even if none of it's making its way to Sydney Parade this evening. But the most important thing is it's dry. One thing that's been very impressive for me during this innings, how few wides there have been. Bowling's been very controlled. But that's a cracking shot again. It beats the fielder out there. Another 4 runs. And that is a super shot. Takes her up to 94 now. And you remember that these two came together when the score was 8. Put on 129 now. Intake of breath from the cameraman. Again, just played up the leg side, and this time they're going to take on the fielder in her arm. Well fielded, but can't prevent the 2. And that's what I mean now. Balbriggan looking to accelerate. I say accelerate, they're going along at over an 8 and over at the moment. But I can see them wanting to push on now. Well, you can see why this Balbriggan side are top of the league. Going around, putting partnerships of 131 together. Unbroken so far. And when it comes to breaking it, perhaps Georgia Beattie is the answer. Either way, it's her over now from the Edge Sports end. Played away. Lateney Martin will keep that just down to a single. I don't know if I can hear an ice cream van or somebody playing a xylophone. Not a xylophone. What were those things? What was the... Oh, this one's wide. There I was talking about how few wides there had been. And unfortunately, one comes up now. Gives that one plenty of air, but at this stage, Lara Moritz isn't going to miss out on that. Pulls it out to the leg side, picks up another single. How many wides have there been now? Two. When we see some of the games that we cover, I've seen some a lot higher than that. I think the Pembroke bowlers have to be commended, even though they're going to feel like it's been a tough day at the office today. Well, there was one appeal on the pitch, one appeal from our cameraman, and neither one moved Graham Mooney at all, and nobody in the field seems a bit surprised by that. I think you may be wrong on that one, Niall. No, we'll be taking a look at that one later, obviously. Just played back to the bowler, and again, this is a very neat over from Beattie. It's just coming up to the end of a second. And if you want to see a video nasty, I'll put up the bowling card at the end of this over. Wow. That's another boundary. And that is her century. She makes it all the way to 3 figures. It's only taken her 62 balls, and there have been some absolutely class shots in that. Best one for me? Well, it was early on. She went down on one knee and played a shot down to fine leg. And it was a thing of beauty. It's a well-deserved century, and she's really pushed her team on. When you see that she scored 101, and Jamie Lee Strang, well, she scored 37. So 9 other runs between extras and Tess Moritz. But these two really have put Balbriggan on top of this game. But specifically, Lara Moritz, 101 not out. Well, I do. There is the horror story of the bowling card. Just that one wicket to fall. Well, she tried to show the way. This one again, punched up to long on. Another single. Well, in all that, see the score has now gone past 150. And this is an imposing target for this Pembroke side to get. Oh, it's full. Flourish at the end of the shot. They can probably see a ball, but they don't know how to get to it. Well, nicely played out in the offside. It'll be Georgia Beattie again. But again, 2 more to the total. This time her timing slightly off. She won't mind. Still 11 has come off this over already. The question now is, will Jamie Lee Strang reach her half century? And how many will Moritz add to this total? 159 for one. That is quite impressive. An awful lot to show you on the batting card. Just that one wicket to fall. But there you see, Lara Moritz, 108, not out. Jamie Lee Strang, well, 42 not out. Just the 7 extras, that is the one bright thing for Pembroke in this innings. And now we go into the last over. Well, Beattie really trying to float it up there. Moritz coming forward, long way forward and just sweeping around the corner for a single. That brings up 160. Beautifully clipped out on the leg side. It'll just be a single, but a super shot all the same. Well, so far, Georgia Beattie and Anna Beale have been the pick of the bowlers. You can see these bats really want to get after her, and they're unable to because she's bowling such a good line and length. Well, Clontarf reached 127 for 9 from their 20 overs in their Leinster Senior Cup Skellig 6-18 semi-final against Railway Union. And Railway Union have lost a wicket without putting a run on the board. In the Hills, Leinster have reached 168 for 6 in their 20 overs in the Skellig 6-18 Leinster Senior Cup. And here in the Sprint Coatings Division 2, Balbriggan are showing why they're top of the league. Oh, it's in the air, but it's going to land safely. Well, 164 now. Just 2 balls remaining in this innings. Another one in the air, desperately looking for the boundary, unable to find it. And that means Lara Moritz will finish on 111. Would you stop? Well, that is a fine shot to end it with. That's the 6 she was looking for. And that gets her to a half-century. And that is a super knock. Junior partner in the partnership maybe, but they've put on 163 together. Came together in the second over. They've batted for 18 overs after that. And they've put on a hell of a partnership. And they have reached 171 for 1. Well, that's going to be a chase for Pembroke. Well, they leave the pitch to rapturous applause from their supporters. And Pembroke leaving the field just a little quietly. Well, and a bill now will need to pick up her players and convince them that they can score 172 in 20 overs. We hope that you will join us for the second innings. And that'll be beginning in 10 minutes. Well, welcome back to Sydney Parade. To the 8 of you who stayed and watched and listened to the young Robinsons playing catch beside us. Can hear everything they're saying. As Graham Mooney makes his way down to the Ed Sports end. And, well, it's the Lara Moritz show today. She's going to open the bowling as well. And opening the batting for Pembroke, Lucy Robinson and Lainey Martin. Would you like a whisper? Chocolate bars. Well, well taken by the keeper. Little leg side-ish. Fine leg is out for that particular delivery, I think, actually. But on this occasion, the keeper got her hands to it. Well, another one goes down. Well, thudding into the pads on this occasion, but going well down the leg side. No danger, no appeal. Another one drifting into the pads. Another dot ball. Well, the required rate at the moment, 8.9. A high number to start with. Another one cutting back into Robinson. Just needs to lean on that and drop it onto the leg side. Come across. This game's really easy from this side of the rope. My goodness. How good a player would I have been this side of the rope? The other one goes down the leg side. Well stopped by the keeper again. And that's the end of the first over. And it's a maiden. Moritz, who scored 65% of the Balbriggan total. Class above. Class above. Anything else on display at the moment as the Clark family head home? Good night all. See you. Hmm? Bonjour.
See you tomorrow night. Well, no, tomorrow night, but the Clippers tomorrow night.
Hmm?
We need Clippers tomorrow night.
Yes, I doubt there's going to be any cricket tomorrow night.
We'll try, but I doubt it very much.
So we'll see you here anyway. Clark family head for home. Well, Erin Knight coming on at the SMC end. She also starts with the dot ball. This time, Lainey Martin plays it out on the leg side. Good bit of backing up was required. The keeper, well, she's disposed of the cap. And she's gone with the helmet. And now she's coming up to the stumps. Lainey Martin squeezing that one out on the offside. This time she plays it out on the leg side. Robinson calls her through for the single and Pembroke are on the board. Oh, just in case I was picking up conversations that I shouldn't be. Wide ball. Robinson wisely lets that one go. Well, 2 runs are added to the total in that over, and the total is 2. Well, one hopes that the Pembroke bats realise that all they need to do is to stay here and take this game as deep as they can. Let's not do anything silly and be all out for 30. But let's rather negotiate our way to 120. That's a nice shot on the leg side, and it's put down by the fielder at square leg. Well, soft hands were required. Not quite there on this occasion. And Lainey Martin, she moves on to 2. The score moves on to 3. Nicely clipped off her legs. It was unfortunate, it was a bit aerial. It was there for the fielder to take, but on this occasion, unable to do so. Good delivery, just kept out by Robinson. Moritz, she scored 111 in the first innings, out of a total of 171. Played away down towards third. They take 1. They're going to look for 2. And the relay throw isn't quite quick enough. And they get 2 onto the board. And that's Robinson off the mark. Pembroke in pursuit of what is a very large total. 171 for 1. On Monday night, we saw a massive stand between the Clontarf openers Haney lost a wicket on the last ball of the innings, and it was a run out as they tried to eke out one more run. Today, well, the wicket fell in the second over. And then came the big partnership. Partnership of 163 between Lara and Moritz. Janet Atley Strang. Well, there's no doubt that Balbriggan will be heading to Division 1 next year. As long as they have players of the quality of Lara Moritz, they'll do just fine. This one missed by the keeper. And they take two. And they'll be signalled as byes. But the eagerness to run the first one quickly and letting them get through for the second. Two more onto the total. The score now 7. Without loss. 3 overs gone. Aaron Knight to continue. This one's in the air, and a fine catch taken. Well, Laney Martin signalled as a no ball, no wicket, and Pembroke ran through. Well, the no ball saves Pembroke on this occasion. Pembroke have reached double figures in this, the 4th over. 5 runs in extras. Well kept out by Robinson as that one jagged back in towards the stumps. Well, you can almost see the sun trying to break through now. I don't think we're going to get as far as seeing shadows on the pitch, but it's not an unpleasant evening, and mainly it's dry. Next broadcast on Pembroke Live, of course, will be tomorrow night when we have the women's thirds. It's not often we have a week where we get all 3 teams, is it? Didn't somebody play Clontarf on Monday? When was that Clontarf game? Last week. Oh, okay. Wow. So much going on at the moment. Nicely played out, but beautifully fielded as well. Dot ball, end of the over. Well, after the 2 early no balls, which weren't the bowler's fault, the next 6 deliveries, all dot balls. Unusual shot from Martin, but it's effective. It kept the ball out. Into the 5th over now. Played out in the offside. There's a misfield. It'll let Pembroke get through for the single. Every run being applauded by their teammates, so they'll get through for 2. Moritz's 3rd over now. Oh, nicely played. Square of the wicket. It was aerial, but it's running away, and that's the first boundary of the Pembroke innings. And Lainey Martin, well, she's going to feel good about that now. Fist pump in the middle of the wicket. Acknowledgement from a partner of what was a fine, fine shot. Well, the first boundary of the Pembroke innings. Well, she tried to slow her ball. I always assumed you were going to ask, by the way. Well, there falls the first wicket. Lainey Martin pinned in front by Lara Moritz. And Moritz continues. Well, going a long way back on the replays there. Well, that's a shame, having played such a beautiful shot through point region for 4 runs. But Lainey Martin finds herself back in the hutch. The new bat for Pembroke will be Emma Mullen, but in the meantime, well, the hooded umpire stuck his finger up. Mullen gives herself plenty of room, plays it out in the offside. Welcome to those of you who are joining us late this evening. Just to bring you up to date, Balbriggan batted first. Pembroke took the wicket in the 2nd over out of Tess Moritz. And then Lara Moritz and Jamie Lee Strang put on 163. And Balbriggan reached their total of 171 in 20 overs. Pembroke at the moment, well, they're 18 for 1. Lainey Martin, after hitting a glorious 4 in this very over. Departs LBW. At the same stage as Pembroke being 18 for 1 off 5 overs. Well, Balbriggan were 34 for 1. And we weren't sure of the carnage we were about to see unfold in front of us. Knight goes again. Mullin plays her firmly out on the offside. Neat piece of fielding. Prevents any run. It's a tough ask for Pembroke. When they began the chase, they were looking for 8.9. That figure just growing and growing. But as I say, Balbriggan, the unbeaten league leaders, absolutely locked on favourites now to rise to Division 1 next year. This one taken wide, and it is wide. Well, that's firmly hit at her partner. Robinson does well to get out of the way and run the single. These batsmen in at the moment, and even those to come, have to realise this is a great opportunity to spend some time in the middle. Wow, Emma Mullin, she's quick. Gets down the track, calls her partner through for the bye. They hadn't gone that far. But exactly the right thing to do. Let's rotate the strike. Another bit of hit from Mullin. Fine fielding. Took enough of the power away. You're fine now, ladies. You can talk again now. End of the over. And there'll now be a change of bowling at the Ed Sports end. That's a lovely delivery, line and length just outside the off stick, enticing the drive from Mullin. Driving off the back foot though. This is good bowling. 3-dot balls to start. This big diesel makes its way down the railway line. Well, this time, Emma Mullin rocked back on one that was just a little too short and sat up, and she's punched it away through square leg for 4 runs. Full toss and Mullin swings round on it again. This time doesn't really time it. It rolls out to the fielder and just a single. Where are you playing? You're playing in Rush. End of the over. The score moves on to 27 for 1. 4 with a stop. Well, Mullen has moved on to 8 off just 11 deliveries. And Lucy Robinson, she's on 3. She's been there since the start. But the important thing is she's still there. I can almost see rays of sunshine. Oh, that one's wide outside the off stump. And Tess Moritz, first delivery, not quite as successful as perhaps she would have wanted. Yeah, you can almost see a bit of brightness there. It's not quite photograph of the year yet, but if the sun was to come through, this time it drifts past leg stump, and Mullen again, she turns on it quickly. And just paddles it round the corner for a single. Yeah, just don't put your hand on any metal machinery. This one played out just behind point on the offside. Well, to bring you up to date to those Skellig 6-18 Leinster Senior Cup games that are on tonight. Out in the hills, Leinster did put up a total of 168, so the Hills need 169. Good evening, James. And the Hills are currently 60 without loss from 8 overs. This one goes well down, and that'll be another wide, another one onto the total. In the Skellig 6-18 Leinster Senior Cup game being held in Park Avenue, this is the other semi-final. Clontarf put up 127 for 9, and that will be another wide. And in reply, Railway Union, 81 for 3 off 11. So they need another 47 from 9 overs. Well, that one may have, well, perhaps the second bounce was inside the popping crease. Robinson comes back for the second. Judging the throw wouldn't be accurate. She was right. I think you pick up 2 more for that. And there are 2 more balls in the over. The 100-ball Business League finals, I think, is on tonight. That's up in Anglesey Road. Always a busy ground in Merrion. Over in Leinster, their seconds are playing rush firsts in this very league. The Sprint Coatings Division 2. And that's signalled as a no ball. And down in St Finian's College, Mullingar women are playing Phoenix women. It's a Division 4 game, but great to see Mullingar. Of course, they missed out last weekend. They were meant to be playing our thirds in Pembroke. That got called off because of the torrential downpours we were having, while the rest of Europe was evacuating and getting on small boats. Nice shot, just beats the outstretched bowler's hands, comes through for the single. Emma Mullin, well, she's showing some intent. It's the bar across is the hardest thing to do. Nicely played out in the offside, but not very much in the way of cooling between the two. Both probably felt from the start, actually, there wasn't even a single there. Well, Sonali putting in a big appeal there. Played away on the offside, it will just be a single. Delott are the 100-ball Business League champions. Change of bowling now at the SMC print end. Robbie Claxton coming on to bowl. Plenty of encouragement from her Balbriggan teammates. Name on the back of the shirt says Robbie. What? Well. Wide signalled by the umpire. Robin Claxton. Plenty of encouragement. And what a super time to be coming on. Well, this one beats the keeper. They take the bye. Brings Emma Mullin back on the strike. These two have put on 22 now in a rebuilding job for Pembroke. I can actually see a bit of blue sky. Well, that's a super shot by Mullin. She does like that lead side shot. She swivels round, punches it down. But the fielder down there keeps her to a single, despite her best efforts. Another one where she almost hit it too well. There's 2 balls remaining in this over now. Only the 2 runs from the first 4 balls. Little little bit of a crowd building up outside the bar, watching this game. This one just runs away from the keeper. Be signalled as a leg bye.
Yes.
Robin Claxton. This one is taken on by Mullin, and she cracks it over cover and into the boundary. 4 runs. Well, that's still a fine over from Claxton. When Pembroke need over 12, she's only gone for 6, and that included that beautiful delivery there. Oh my goodness, look, look, look. Change camera. That's the sun, that is. For those of you who may not have seen it for a while, the reason why your screen is very bright to the left of the floodlight tower is the sun is almost poking through the clouds. Well, welcome back, Mr. Blue Sky. Well, it's not quite blue tonight, but I hope of better things perhaps this weekend. Awful July, great June, let's have a great August. Played away on the offside, they call through for the run. She could be in trouble with a direct hit. There was no direct hit, and Lucy Robertson safely gets home for the single. Nice shot out to the leg side. There is a fielder there, but in bending over, she couldn't get her body behind it. Should have gone down sideways to it, or taken lessons from Nikki Bell. Well, 4 more onto the total. And Mullin, well, she's certainly here and here for the fun of batting in Pembroke on a sunny, I can say sunny evening. You can almost see shadow of Graham Mooney. Well, that's hit her on the pad, but it is going down the leg side. I don't think there'll be any question about that one. 3 to go in the over. Well, that was wide, but she still cracked it away. Runs away for a boundary. Pembroke move on to 54. Beautifully swept to the boundary for the 3rd 4 of the over. All along the ground, no danger at all. And Mullin, well, she's going well now, 27. Another one swept round to the leg side. This time the fielder does pick it up. And thus it's only a single. End of the over. 14 from it. And that's a good over for Pembroke. But specifically, a good over for Emma Mullin. 13 runs from that over. And she's moved on to 28. 59 for 1 now after 11. Comparable stage. Balbriggan had reached 86 for 1. Give us. Well, there you go. Pembroke's line. Well, I don't think it's meant to point downwards. But that gap, you can see, has just suddenly opened up between the two teams. Well, that one's not working tonight. No, it stopped at 16 overs. Well, I meant 16 overs of the match. Change of wicketkeeper now, means a change of bowling. Oh, Emma Mullin again has cracked it through the covers. Contender for shot of the day. Still, for me, it doesn't unseat a shot that Lara Moritz played very early on in her innings. An innings that was full of very good shots. Tossed up, just hit straight back to the bowler. And that's the end of Emma Mullins after what was quite an entertaining innings. 32 from 24 balls. And the wicket falls. The score on 63. Partnership of 46 between those two. And what a fine partnership it was for Pembroke. That's a long session, Pooh. But a good session. Game this weekend? Oh. Well, a new bat coming in now, Kim Lee McDonald. Well, I did ask for likes and subscribes today. So many thanks to the 6 of you who have liked this broadcast. And nobody's been telling me there's a problem. Oh. Straight through to the keeper. Well, that's a short visit to the crease for Kim Lee. She heads back, second ball. Strang picks up a second wicket. Well, it's kind of one of life's great coincidences that the 12th over in both innings has been so pivotal. 4 sixes in the 12th over for Lara Moritz and 2 wickets down in this 12th over for Pembroke. Well, those of you of a betting nature, I suggest that you put your money back in your pocket tonight. And no doubt, there's one proud 15-year-old in Mervyn at the moment. Malvern. Oh, my goodness. Nikki Bell now at the crease. How many times have we seen her facing this very situation? Up to this year, she'd been opening on this team, coming in at number 5 today. sees out the rest of the over. Well, last Thursday we played the game of how high will the net required run rate go.
Playing again.
I think we could be playing again tonight. Well, the first target for Pembroke, of course, will be to get the runs required down to 2 digits, get it under 100. And that required rate of 13.62. Well, back at the start, it was only around 8.9. Only 8.9. Very difficult to keep up that rate of scoring for an entire 20 overs. Anna Vez Hacker 2. Hacker 2. Vez Hacker 2. Well, she's come on at the Ed Sports end tonight. As Balbriggan giving some experience perhaps to some of the younger players. Well, that was a mix of shall we appeal or shall we congratulate the bowler? Ended up being a little bit of both.
Come to the 12th over. Look at your score at the 12 after the 12th. 111.
Yeah.
200 could have been on the board.
Well, that 111, including that 25 off the over. Went from 86 to 111 very quickly. No wonder I didn't notice them passing the... It does look chilly out there now. Well, at least the umpire looks chilly. Well, this one's played away. Down for fine leg. Good fielding down there. Run saved. There's an ant climbing up the old HDMI cable. Played away on the offside. Well fielded at square point. Judicious use of the foot, but it was effective. It's the end of the over. Score now 65 for 3. Well, a big over there. Big over there for Balbriggan. 2 wickets falling. And we've reached the time of the evening where the Seagulls, well, they're establishing their territory. I expect to see Sammy landing in front of us anytime soon. We'll talk about things like clockwork. Philip Byrne, well, he's making his way up and down Cyril's way with the empty kegs, just to ensure that your enjoyment this weekend is complete. Nicky Bell it is facing now. Played away on the offside, and Nicky Bell will pick up her second run. Many thanks to all of you who have tuned in tonight. I'd like to think you'd be willing to like and subscribe to this channel and get notifications of our broadcasts, usually about half an hour beforehand. And of course, should you wish, you can turn off the notifications, but it'd be a great benefit to the channel. The more subscribers helps. Well fielded. Well run though by Bell. That one just going past the bat. Another good over for Balbriggan. Strang adding to her half century. 2 for 6. After 3. Pembroke are now 47 behind where Balbriggan were at the same stage. Balbriggan 115 for 1. Pembroke, as you see there, 68 for 3. Ema Mullin has been the main architect of that until she hit one back to the bowler a couple of overs ago. She shared in a couple of good stands. Well, that one's played well round to the leg side, and Robinson picks up her first boundary. Super shot, 4 runs. And that will certainly help. Jay Butler, the new bowler from the Ed Sports end. Umpired tonight by one Graham Mooney. It's good to see a few of the Irish team coming back after their game today. Big game against Australia. And of course, the prodigal daughter that is Kim Garth. How difficult it must have been for her this evening. But she certainly did the job, made the initial breakthrough, took the first wicket. LBW decision in her favour. Australia went on to win quite comfortably in the end. Beautiful shot through the offside. I'd be surprised if anybody's going to stop that. They're not. Graham Mooney signals back to the scorers. And he does look a bit chilly. Robinson finding her feet now. Oh, what a throw. What a throw. Direct hit was the only way it was going to happen. There was nobody at the stumps. But the wicketkeeper has thrown down the stumps at the far end, and that is the 4th wicket to fall. Just as Lucy Robinson was starting to find her feet, find her form, she's on her way back. Well, I don't know if we'll see a replay of that. I'll leave such decisions to Niall. And that's the fall of the 4th wicket. She does get a well-deserved round of applause from her teammates as she heads back. She stuck around, and then she started to hit out and was dismissed in the most unfortunate of circumstances. As we wait for the new bat to come out. And the new bat is Captain Annabelle. Just 31 balls remaining in this innings, in this match now. Well, here it is again. There's a yes, there's a no, there's a maybe, there's a yes. And then there's a very accurate throw. Like all good wicket keepers, just knocking one bail off. And that's the end of 15 overs now. And the score, 76 for 4. We've now reached that stage in the match where that required run rate is just going to run away like an unattended fire hose. And Bill just plays that away on the offside. She'll take the single there to the fielder. She gets off the mark straight away. It still amazes me that Anna Beale's top score is 38. Looking forward to the day when she passes the half-century mark, because she does have the shots to do so. Nikki Bell, well, placing that one out in the offside. Taking another single. Or backed up. Prevents any overthrows. This one's played round the corner in the air, but it finds the turf. And Anna Bill safely gets down to the non-striker's end. Well, I've tried not to mention it too much tonight, but required run rate now over 20. And Nikki Bell is bowled. And that certainly won't help matters. Went back to one, missed it. It careered into the stumps. And it's 79 for 5. Well, this Pembroke reply starting to falter. But with only 4.2 overs to go, as I say, it's an opportunity for some of these batsmen. Take their time, build an innings, just spend some time in the middle. Next in for Pembroke will be Jessica Robinson. One of the many New Zealand Robinsons. We saw Lucy earlier. And now Jess comes in. So 2 balls remaining in this over for Jess Robinson. And she plays that one back to the bowler. And does the same again. That's the end of the over. And now we go into the last 4 overs. With Pembroke, in theory, needing to hit a 4 off every delivery between now and the end of the innings. 5 wickets down. Captain Anna Beale to face. And the bowler changing action. Moritz coming back now for her 4th over. She's looking to knock this Pembroke tail over as soon as possible. flying ant night. It's a straight one. But a fine wicket, and Pembroke now require over 24 and over. They're running out of deliveries. There's 22 left now. Which will come first? The 10th wicket or the 21st over? It's both the end of the 20th, really. Well, as we do enter the finishing straight of this particular match, there is a game scheduled tomorrow. As with all cricket in Ireland, it's weather dependent as Anna Beale takes a leg bye. Women's thirds playing tomorrow. And then the next game will be on Saturday when the third 11 and the fifth 11 are both playing at home. And stop me if you think you've heard this before, because on Sunday the fourth and the sixth are playing at home. Except the sixes game is off. I don't know why, but I know it's off. So it will be thirds, fifths and fourths this weekend.
So the fifth actually got a game in at the weekend.
They did indeed. 25 over game. Very entertaining. Well, that one's beaten the keeper down the leg side and has run away to the boundary. And that's a wide and a 4. 5 onto the total. Pembroke are now halfway. Halfway in wickets, halfway in runs, and 85% in overs. Another one swings down the leg side to end the over. Well, just 3 more overs remaining in this game. Couple of shout-outs. Mary Sharp. Hope things are still moving in the right direction. Mary at the moment relaxing, which, as most of you would know, wouldn't really be Mary's way. Anna Beale keeps this one out. And we hope that Robbie Brophy is also feeling good, and that we'll see him down here soon enough. Well, Ilzer has smacked one down towards mid-on. 1 onto the total. That one's wide and is signalled as such. Another wide. Whoa. Pembroke have got over halfway now. The question is, can they make 3 figures? That would mean 11 required off 16, which might be a bit more achievable than the current required rate, which has now crept over 30. Very close to needing snookers.
Still no
No. Well, she gets this one off the edge of the bat. And Robinson is off the mark. She gets one. It's coming back for the second. And makes it comfortably. And Jess Robinson, 2 runs for the season. I'm sure she has more than that. 2 runs for the match. Oh, Jamie Lee Strang's going to be happy with her day's work. Half century and 3 wickets. And if Joe Prendergast is watching, this might be the one, Joe. Many thanks to all of you who have tuned in tonight to watch this game. Always feel free to leave comments or feedback. And that's the end of the 18th over. So, can Pembroke pick up the 7 runs they require from these last 2 overs to make 3 figures? Has no bearing on the league table or even on this match, but just out of interest. Set yourself little targets. Swing outside the off stump from Robinson. And Pembroke are scoring at 5.2. You know, so it's not been a bad innings. They've just come up against a very good bat in Lara Moritz, who scored 111. Balbriggan therefore ended up with 171 for the loss of 1 wicket. Oh, that one goes past the keeper. Is it going to reach the fence? The fielder's going to get there. Does a good job. But won't stop them picking up 3. 2.
Oh. I'm afraid makes off 7 or 8. Back straight to the house.
Well, you often hear about it. You don't often see it. 5 penalty runs as the ball ricocheted into the helmet. Seven byes. Keeper's going to feel hard done by there, I think.
Definitely isn't 7 boys, but we'll allow it.
Well, this one has also beaten the keeper. Could there be more runs for Pembroke here? It's gone through the fielder. It's another boundary, and 3 figures have come up for Pembroke. 100 for 5. Well done, Pembroke. Oh, 104 for 5. Well, I suppose the 7 really helped when they needed 7. Well, oh, we've lost the ball. Ban of the game. Draw? Yeah? No, unlikely. Just more and more people will go and trample into the hedgerow. It's found. And as John Simpson once said about the Falklands War, I counted them all in, I counted them all out again. It's more a paraphrase than a quote. Goes short, and Robinson takes it on, cracks it through the covers. There are 3 fielders after it. One of them's going to get there. Super shot from Robinson. Moritz dropped that one halfway down the pitch. She didn't flinch and just flailed it away. This time hits it out in the onside, but the bowler's quick enough to get down. Well, that's one of the more unusual overs you see. 13 runs coming from it.
Definitely 2 boys and 5 penalties.
Yeah, but leave it there. It looks better. So with 1 over to go, Pembroke require 66 from 6 balls. But they have managed to reach 106 for 5. Well, that would kind of make sense. Well, full pitch that Bill wasn't able to catch up with. And we're now just 5 balls away. Well, this one gets through the keeper. They'll go for 2. They'll get 2. Will they go for a third? So, Robin Claxton brought back for a second over. And why not? Her first one went well. Great experience. Well, that's good work, and another wicket falls. Partnership of 29 between Bill and Robinson is broken. That's a fine catch by Tess Moritz. And Anna Bill finds herself heading back. Yes. Can you imagine if, by some fluke, or just the way cricket is, she'd been out first ball? It's a big swing from Hoey. It fools everybody, including the keeper. It will be pulled up inside the rope, but Pembroke will add 2 more to their total. Well, possibly quite right in asking that question. Well, it's hit back past the bowler, and that is a super shot from Hoey. Dead straight. And 4 more runs onto the total. That's a super shot. Not overhit, just hit. Straight down the ground. Yes. It goes in the air. One more onto the total. Pembroke and 115 for 6. It's a 56-run win for Balbriggan, and there's no doubt who player of the match is. As Niall was mentioning in the background there, just at the end, Pembroke had in fact passed the score of Lara Moritz. She scored 111. And as the two teams shake hands. And Dale then puts the women's seconds to work. The victorious Balbriggan side make their way back to the pavilion. Well, 56 runs is a comprehensive win by anybody's count. So thank you very much for tuning in on this Tuesday evening. We'll be back with you on Wednesday evening, weather permitting. And then after that, it will be the weekend. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much to Niall for his production values, which are very, very, very high. And as I say goodbye, Niall's taking you through the cards. Well, they don't need a lot of audio description. They scored at 8.55. And Lara Moritz's 1-1-1 off 69 balls was certainly the highlight of that innings. As far as the bowling concerns, well, I would say that Anna Beale was the pick of the bowlers. 1 for 10 from her 4 overs. Perhaps deserved a fifth. However, she was willing to throw the ball around, with 7 bowlers eventually getting a go. And that, the one good thing, of course, just the 8 extras. Here's the Pembroke reply. Well, Ema Mollin, she looked good. And Lucy Robinson, well, she took herself time to find her feet, to feel comfortable. But once she did, she's really started to thump those 4s until she was the victim of the most unfortunate run-out involving Nikki Bell. A few other wickets fell quite cheaply, but that beautiful 4 by Hoey ensured that Pembroke scored 115 for 6. On the bowling side, well, Jamie Lee Strang added to her half-century whilst batting by taking 3 for 16. And you can see everybody really quite economical. Tess Moritz, well, she bowled that 1 over for 8 runs, but then she donned the gloves and took a lovely catch of the captain, Anna Beale. So Pembroke's fell 56 runs short. Need 57, I think, needs to be changed on the scoring. Yeah, once they finish it up there, it'll be done. But there's tonight's match. So once again, thank you very much for joining us and tuning in. And hopefully you'll like and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see some of you again soon. Good night.